Simon Lin stared blankly at his dual monitors, the steady glow of spreadsheets reflecting his unremarkable life. As a neurobiologist at Biosynth Innovations in Silicon Valley, his days were a monotonous blend of data analysis and the occasional overheard office gossip. His brilliant mind, however, was shackled by the confines of routine, yearning for a breakthrough that never seemed to materialize. Tonight, though, something felt different. The hum of fluorescent lights and the distant sound of traffic below provided a familiar backdrop as Simon delved into his latest project, an experimental neurointerface device designed to enhance human cognitive abilities. His workstation was cluttered with notes, schematics, and an array of electronic components that bore the fruits of countless sleepless nights. As the clock ticked past midnight, Simon decided to conduct a self-test. He carefully connected the final wires, adjusted the settings, and initiated the device. A surge of excitement coursed through him. This was it, the moment that could redefine his career. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and felt a faint warmth spread from his temples to the back of his neck, but within seconds, the machine emitted a loud crackle, and a blinding flash enveloped the room. Simon's vision blurred, and his mind reeled from the unexpected surge of neuroelectricity. When the light faded and his senses returned, everything seemed eerily silent. He opened his eyes to the mundane surroundings of his office, but something was undeniably different. A tiny movement caught his attention. A spider skittered across the corner of his desk. Instead of the usual flicker of fear or disgust, Simon felt an inexplicable connection. It was as if he could perceive the spider's every thought, its minute movements, and even its subtle desires. Confusion swirled within him. Had the device malfunctioned? Was this a side effect of the experiment? As days turned into weeks, Simon's connection to spiders intensified. He could sense their presence anywhere: cracking coffee shop windows, the silent watchfulness in a library's shadows, even the intricate dance of webs spun in the corners of his apartment. Each spider seemed to communicate through a tapestry of images, emotions, and synchronized patterns that defied conventional understanding. His colleagues began to notice the change. During meetings, Simon would occasionally drift into conversations about web-weaving patterns or emergent colony intelligence, eliciting puzzled glances and stifled chuckles. His attempts to explain his newfound abilities often ended in awkward silences, making him the subject of whispered speculations around the office. One particularly memorable incident occurred during a quarterly review meeting. As his manager, Mr. Thompson, presented the latest sales figures, Simon felt an urgent tug, a collective thought emanating from a spider crawling on a coworker's shoulder. Unable to resist, Simon's mind melded with the arachnids, inundating him with a cascade of complex, surreal ideas about the interconnectedness of all things. He blinked rapidly, jolting back to reality, only to realize he had been lost in thought for several minutes. Mr. Thompson's stern gaze bore into him, questioning yet again the bizarre tangent Simon had veered into. Embarrassed, Simon struggled to regain his composure, desperately trying to dismiss the overwhelming presence of the spider's consciousness. That evening, as Simon sat alone in his dimly lit apartment, he pondered the implications of his condition. The initial panic had subsided, replaced by a curious fascination. If spiders possessed some form of collective awareness, what did that mean for humanity? Could this connection be a mere anomaly, or was there something far more profound at play? Determined to uncover the truth, Simon revisited his research notes. He began documenting his experiences meticulously, noting patterns and attempting to decode the fragmented messages transmitted by the spiders. Each observation seemed to hint at a larger, more intricate web of consciousness, one that transcended individual spiders and suggested a form of collective intelligence. Weeks turned into months, and Simon's obsession grew. He immersed himself in studies of arachnid behavior, cognitive neuroscience, and even ancient mythologies that revered spiders as symbols of creation and fate. The more he learned, the more he became convinced that spiders were not just passive creatures but integral players in the tapestry of life. One night, during an intense meditation session aimed at deepening his connection, Simon experienced a profound shift. He found himself not just sensing individual spiders but tapping into a vast, interconnected network that spanned continents. The images became clearer, the messages more coherent. It was as if the spiders were sharing a collective memory, a repository of knowledge accumulated over millennia. In this altered state, Simon witnessed visions of ancient civilizations, their rise and fall intricately linked to the presence and influence of spiders. He saw secret societies that had revered and harnessed spider intelligence, striving to unlock the secrets of the collective consciousness. These societies had long since vanished, leaving behind cryptic symbols and forgotten lore that now seemed to point towards Simon's own experiences. As the pieces of the puzzle began to align, a chilling realization dawned upon him. The spiders were not only aware of their existence but were also monitoring humanity's progress. They seemed to possess insights into the future, a future where human technological advancements threatened to destabilize the very fabric of the environment. The culmination of his research was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Simon envisioned a world teetering on the brink of ecological collapse, driven by relentless industrialization and environmental neglect. In this bleak future, the spiders held the key to salvation, their collective intelligence offering solutions that human ingenuity alone could not fathom. Yet, the motives of these arachnid beings remained enigmatic. Were they benevolent guides seeking to aid humanity, or did they have their own inscrutable agendas? The lines between ally and adversary blurred as Simon grappled with the implications of his connection. One afternoon, driven by a mix of desperation and hope, Simon reached out to Dr. Linda Wong, a colleague specializing in cognitive neuroscience. Linda had always been a skeptic, attributing Simon's strange behaviors to stress or the side effects of his experimental device. However, Simon's earnest plea for help and the evidence he presented, detailed logs, neural scans, and compelling arguments, began to sway her skepticism. Linda agreed to collaborate, conducting a series of scans that revealed unprecedented neural activity in Simon's brain. The patterns mirrored those found in highly social insects like ants and bees, suggesting a level of interconnectedness previously unknown in human neurology. Yet, Linda remained cautious, attributing the anomalies to unforeseen side effects of the neurointerface device rather than evidence of spider consciousness. Their collaboration became a delicate dance between scientific inquiry and the fringes of the inexplicable. Linda's analytical mind provided a grounding counterbalance to Simon's intuitive insights, fostering a synergy that propelled their research forward. Together, they delved deeper into the mysteries of the spider connection, uncovering layers of complexity that challenged their understanding of consciousness itself. One evening, as autumn leaves rustled outside the lab windows, Simon experienced a breakthrough. During a particularly intense meditation trance, he managed to synchronize his thoughts with a group of spiders inhabiting the building's ventilation system. The experience was both exhilarating and disorienting, as he navigated through a labyrinth of interconnected webs and collective memories. In this state, Simon accessed a wealth of information, blueprints of ancient technologies, forgotten ecological practices, and predictions of future environmental shifts. The spiders were not merely observers but active participants in the stewardship of the planet, their collective consciousness serving as a repository of wisdom and foresight. However, this newfound clarity came with a stark warning. The visions revealed a looming catastrophe, a culmination of human hubris and environmental neglect that threatened to unravel the delicate balance of life on Earth. The spiders, with their ancient knowledge and interconnected intelligence, held the potential to avert this disaster, but only if humanity could heed their silent counsel. Determined to prevent the impending doom, Simon and Linda intensified their research, striving to decode the spiders' messages and translate their insights into actionable strategies. Their work attracted the attention of Biosynth Innovations higher-ups, who saw potential in harnessing Simon's unique connection for corporate gain. Unbeknownst to Simon and Linda, factions within the biotech industry had become aware of the experimental device's unintended consequences. Driven by greed and ambition, these factions sought to exploit the spider connection, envisioning advancements in artificial intelligence, bioengineering, and even mind control. As Simon and Linda navigated the ethical and scientific challenges of their discovery, the tension between their pursuit of knowledge and the corporate machinations seeking to weaponize it intensified. Trust became a fragile commodity, and alliances teetered on the brink of betrayal as the stakes grew ever higher. One fateful night, as Simon prepared for another deep dive into the collective spider consciousness, he sensed a disturbance, an unnatural shift in the web of communication. The spider's messages became fragmented, laced with urgency and a hint of desperation. It was clear that something was amiss, a disturbance that threatened the very fabric of their interconnected existence. Before Simon could fully grasp the nature of the disruption, shadows loomed over his apartment. A group of men in dark suits infiltrated his sanctuary, their intentions unmistakably sinister. Simon's heart raced as he realized they were agents of biosynth innovations, determined to seize control of his connection for their own nefarious purposes. A struggle ensued, the room filling with chaos as Simon fought to protect his research and his lifeline to the spiders. Amidst the turmoil, Linda arrived, her presence a beacon of hope and rationality. Together, they confronted the intruders, the room echoing with the clash of wills and the silent communication of the arachnid network. In the heat of the confrontation, Simon tapped into the collective spider consciousness one last time, channeling their wisdom and resilience. The spiders, sensing the imminent threat, orchestrated a series of subtle yet powerful interventions, disabling the intruders' electronics, creating diversions with their intricate webs, and instilling a sense of overwhelming confusion. With the attackers thwarted, Simon and Linda stood amidst the aftermath, their bond strengthened by the shared ordeal. They realized that their connection to the spiders was not just a personal journey but a pivotal moment in the evolution of human consciousness. The spiders, as custodians of ancient knowledge and future possibilities, had chosen them as conduits for a transformative alliance. As dawn broke over Silicon Valley, Simon and Linda vowed to protect their discovery, understanding that the path ahead was fraught with challenges but illuminated by the collective wisdom of the spiders. Their journey had only just begun, and the fate of humanity now intertwined with the silent sentinels of the web. Simon and Linda knew that their discovery was now a beacon drawing unwanted attention. The encounter with the intruders had shaken them, but it also solidified their resolve. They needed to find a way to protect their connection to the spiders while harnessing its potential to avert the impending ecological catastrophe Simon had foreseen. Days turned into weeks as they worked tirelessly in secret, transforming Simon's cluttered apartment into a makeshift research hub. They fortified their space with additional security measures, setting up hidden cameras and encryption protocols to safeguard their findings from prying eyes within biosynth innovations. The threat was no longer just theoretical. It was real and imminent. Simon delved deeper into the collective consciousness, guided by the spider's intricate web of knowledge. Each session brought him closer to understanding the vastness of their intelligence and the breadth of their foresight. He began to perceive patterns that hinted at a possible solution to the environmental crisis, a harmonious integration of technology and nature, inspired by the spider's own existence. Linda, ever the skeptic turned believer, focused on translating the vision Simon experienced into actionable data. She developed sophisticated algorithms to decode the fragmented messages, searching for tangible strategies that could be implemented on a global scale. Their collaboration was a delicate balance of Simon's intuitive insights and Linda's analytical prowess, each complementing the other's strengths. One evening, as autumn leaves painted the city in hues of gold and crimson, Simon entered a profound trance. The room seemed to dissolve around him, replaced by an expansive web of interconnected threads, each pulsating with life and intelligence. He felt the presence of millions of spiders, their collective consciousness guiding him toward a revelation. Images flooded his mind, ancient civilizations that had thrived in harmony with nature, their advancements deeply rooted in the principles of interconnectedness and sustainability. He saw glimpses of forgotten technologies that mimicked the efficiency and resilience of spider webs, systems that could regenerate and adapt to environmental changes seamlessly. In this state, Simon understood that the key to preventing the ecological collapse lay in fostering a similar harmony between humanity and the natural world. The spiders were not just observers, they were guardians, offering humanity a blueprint for a sustainable future. But this required a paradigm shift, a collective awakening to the interconnectedness of all life forms. As the trance ended, Simon shared his vision with Linda. Together, they began to outline a comprehensive plan and initiative that would merge human ingenuity with the wisdom of the spiders. Their goal was to present their findings to the global community, rallying support to implement sustainable practices inspired by the collective consciousness they had tapped into. However, the path forward was fraught with obstacles. Biosynth innovations, driven by ambition and the allure of controlling such a powerful connection, intensified their efforts to retrieve Simon. The shadowy factions within the company saw Simon and Linda not as allies but as threats to their plans for monopolizing the spider consciousness. One morning, Simon arrived at the lab to find Linda already there, her face etched with concern. "They know we're working on something big," she whispered, glancing nervously over her shoulder. "We need to move faster." Determined to stay ahead, they decided to distribute their research across secure servers worldwide, ensuring that even if Biosynth succeeded in infiltrating their base of operations, the knowledge would be too dispersed to be controlled. It was a risky move, but they had little choice. As they worked, Simon's connection with the spiders grew stronger, more profound. He began to experience moments of heightened awareness, where his senses intertwined with theirs, allowing him to perceive the world from multiple perspectives simultaneously. This expanded consciousness enabled him to anticipate threats and navigate the complexities of their situation with uncanny precision. One night, as they prepared to upload the final segments of their research, an urgent message came through Simon's neural interface, a direct communication from the spiders. The message was clear: time was running out. The ecological collapse was accelerating, and the window to implement their plan was narrowing. Panic set in as Simon and Linda realized the gravity of the situation. They needed allies, scientists, environmentalists, and leaders who were open to embracing this new paradigm. But reaching out meant exposing themselves to greater risks from Biosynth, who were undoubtedly closing in. Undeterred, they began to network discreetly, leveraging Linda's professional connections and Simon's growing reputation in the scientific community. Their breakthrough attracted attention from like-minded individuals who recognized the potential of their findings. Slowly, a coalition began to form, united by the shared goal of preventing environmental disaster through the integration of natural and technological wisdom. Meanwhile, Biosynth innovations escalated their efforts to capture Simon. They deployed corporate espionage experts and utilized advanced surveillance technologies to track his movements. The pressure mounted as Simon and Linda had to constantly stay one step ahead, balancing their mission with the ever-present threat of discovery. Amidst the chaos, Simon experienced another profound connection with the spiders. This time, the message was even more urgent and specific. The spiders revealed the existence of hidden sanctuaries, places where their collective consciousness was concentrated and protected. These sanctuaries held the key to fully unlocking the potential of their connection, but they were also prime targets for Biosynth's relentless pursuit. Realizing the importance of safeguarding these sanctuaries, Simon and Linda decided to embark on a perilous journey to locate and secure them. Their search led them to remote and often inhospitable regions, where nature thrived untouched by human interference. Each sanctuary they discovered provided invaluable insights and tools, further enhancing their ability to integrate the spider's wisdom into human endeavors. One such sanctuary was nestled deep within the Amazon rainforest, a place of unparalleled biodiversity and ancient secrets. The journey was arduous, fraught with natural dangers and the constant fear of being intercepted by Biosynth operatives. Yet, the promise of the sanctuary's knowledge propelled them forward, fueling their determination to succeed. Upon reaching the sanctuary, Simon and Linda were awestruck by its complexity and beauty. It was a living testament to the spiders' harmonious existence, a nexus where their collective consciousness was most potent. Here, Simon experienced the fullest extent of his connection, gaining access to comprehensive knowledge that transcended human understanding. The sanctuary revealed advanced ecological systems inspired by spider webs, sustainable technologies that mimicked natural processes, and strategies for restoring environmental balance. It was a blueprint for a future where humanity and nature coexisted symbiotically, each enhancing the other's strengths. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Simon and Linda returned to their base, ready to share their discoveries with the world. They organized a clandestine conference, inviting influential figures from various fields who were open to innovative and sustainable solutions. The meeting was a turning point, as it galvanized support and resources needed to implement their plan on a global scale. However, Biosynth Innovations was relentless. They intensified their efforts, sending more sophisticated agents and deploying advanced technologies to breach Simon and Linda's defenses. The final confrontation loomed, a showdown that would determine the fate of their mission and the future of human-environment relations. As the coalition worked tirelessly to roll out the sustainable initiatives inspired by the spider's consciousness, Biosynth launched a full-scale assault on their operations. The company's agents infiltrated their secure networks, sabotaged their installations, and even attempted to discredit their research through orchestrated media campaigns. Simon and Linda found themselves at the heart of a global battle between those who sought to protect and preserve the planet through innovative, nature-inspired solutions, and those driven by greed and the desire to exploit the collective consciousness for personal gain. The stakes had never been higher, and the outcome would shape the course of humanity's evolution. In the midst of the turmoil, Simon tapped into the spider's collective consciousness one final time, seeking guidance and strength. The message was clear: unity and resilience were paramount. The spiders had faith in humanity's ability to rise above its destructive tendencies and embrace a future of harmony and sustainability. Drawing upon this wisdom, Simon and Linda orchestrated a strategic counteroffensive. They leveraged the coalition's combined expertise and resources to expose Biosynth's nefarious activities, rallying public support and enlisting the aid of global leaders who recognized the urgency of the situation. The revelation of Biosynth's true intentions sparked widespread outrage, turning the tide in favor of Simon and Linda's mission. As the conflict reached its climax, Biosynth Innovations faced mounting pressure from regulatory bodies, legal challenges, and public backlash. Their attempts to seize control of the spider consciousness were thwarted by the very technologies and strategies inspired by the spiders themselves, turning the company's ambitions into a cautionary tale of unchecked greed. With Biosynth's influence waning, Simon and Linda's initiatives began to gain momentum. Communities worldwide embraced the sustainable practices derived from the spider's collective wisdom, leading to tangible improvements in environmental health and societal well-being. The integration of natural and technological systems fostered a new era of innovation, one that prioritized harmony with the planet over short-term gains. In the aftermath of their victory, Simon and Linda reflected on the journey that had transformed their lives and the world. Their bond, forged through adversity and shared purpose, was a testament to the power of collaboration and the potential of human evolution when guided by collective intelligence. The spiders, having fulfilled their role as silent guardians and mentors, gradually receded from direct interaction, their purpose accomplished. Yet, their legacy endured in the sustainable systems and harmonious practices that now defined human civilization. The world had taken its first steps toward a future where technology and nature coexisted in a delicate balance, ensuring the survival and flourishing of both. As Simon stood amidst the thriving ecosystem they had helped create, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment. The connection with the spiders had not only saved humanity from its self-destructive path but had also unlocked a deeper understanding of existence itself. The journey had been arduous, filled with challenges and sacrifices, but the rewards were immeasurable. The final threads of the spider's collective consciousness wove seamlessly into the fabric of human society, guiding future generations toward a more enlightened and sustainable existence. Simon and Linda's story became a beacon of hope and a reminder of the incredible potential that lies within the interconnectedness of all life forms. And so, as the sun set on a world reborn, Simon Lin looked to the horizon with gratitude and optimism, knowing that the harmony between humans and nature had only just begun. The legacy of the spiders lived on, a testament to the power of unity, wisdom, and the enduring spirit of evolution.